You approach the edge of the known universe. Your ship cuts through the silent black. Before you lies a cosmic stain, a wound in the sky. The star charts call it the Vela Mortis Nebula, the Dead Sail. A more honest name was never given. This is the galaxy's greatest tomb. It is where stars came to die. Your view screen struggles to resolve the image. The nebula is not a cloud of birthing gas. It is not bright with creation's fire. It is a smear of bruised purple and sullen red. It is the color of old blood and decay. Twisted filaments of dust choke the void. They look like skeletal fingers reaching for you. Inside this cloud, nothing shines. You see the faint ghosts of dead suns, white dwarfs and neutron stars, cold stellar corpses. They offer no warmth. They give no light to seeking eyes. They are cosmic embers in a hearth long grown cold. Your ship's sensors run wild with strange readings. Not energy, but the lack of it. A perfect chilling void. You pass the shattered remains of a planet. Its crust is peeled back like a rotten fruit. The core is exposed, a frozen, silent sphere. Another world drifts by in pieces. Great continents of rock tumble in slow motion. They are silent memorials to a forgotten apocalypse. No one knows what happened here. An ancient war, perhaps, or a force of nature beyond understanding. The silence is the most unsettling part. Your comms hiss with static. But there are no stellar winds, no pulsars beating a cosmic drum, just the profound quiet of absolute death. The ship's AI reports the absence of life signals, not just complex life, not even the hum of simple bacteria. The very concept of life seems alien here. You feel a strange cold on your skin. The life support systems are stable. The temperature inside your cockpit is perfect. But the cold does not come from the air. It seeps through the hull. It travels through the deck plates. It is a cold of the soul, a deep, primal dread. This place is wrong, utterly and completely wrong. For eons, this nebula has been a warning, a galactic no-go zone, a place where maps simply end. The star-born races of the galaxy know of it. They speak of it in hushed tones. They tell tales to frighten their young. They say it is a cursed realm, a place where the laws of life are inverted. Your ship is a pinnacle of human engineering. It is fast and strong and shielded. It has braved black holes and novas. Yet here, it feels small and fragile. A tiny spark of warmth in an endless winter. You are the first human to see this place up close. You wonder if you will be the last. You came seeking answers. You came seeking a new frontier. But all you have found is an ending. An ending on a scale you can barely comprehend. A proximity alert chimes softly through your cockpit. It is unexpected. There is nothing out here. Your long-range scans were clear for light years. You check the monitor. A single vessel is resolving from the purple gloom. It is not a design you recognize. The ship is organic. It looks like polished bone and obsidian. It moves with a silent grace that is unsettling. It does not hail you with standard protocols. A presence simply fills your mind. A voice that is not a voice. It feels ancient, like stones worn smooth by a river of time. It is calm and deep and filled with a profound sadness. Your universal translator struggles for a moment. Then the meaning becomes clear. Greetings, little spark. The voice echoes in your thoughts. I am a watcher of the Gil Thesh. We have seen your kind before. Young, ambitious, so full of burning light. You have come to the place where light dies. We urge you to turn your vessel around. This is not a frontier. It is a grave. You try to respond, to send a message of peace. You want to ask them who they are. You want to ask what created this desolation. But the voice continues. patient and unyielding. It has delivered this message many times before. The words are heavy with the dust of ages. Many have tried to claim this space. The mechanoids of Cygnus sought to build here. Their great machines fell silent and rusted. The crystal singers of Orion tried to heal it. Their songs turned to screams and then to silence. An entire empire of star-born lizards tried to conquer it. Their mighty fleets are now just drifting tombs. The Gill, Thesh ship drifts closer. Its surface seems to absorb the dim light. You can feel the age of the vessel. The being inside must be far older still. There is no threat in its words, only a weary certainty, a warning born from watching 1,000 failures. This nebula does not kill with weapons. It does not rage with stellar fire. It simply unmakes. The very energy that animates life is absent here. It is a null field, a cosmic shadow where the rules of existence are broken. Your science cannot fix it. Your courage cannot fight it. It is a fundamental truth of this place. Leave this graveyard to its ghosts. The voice softens. Go back to your warm sun. Build your homes on living worlds. The universe is vast and full of light. There is no need to court this particular darkness. We offer this counsel as friends. We have watched too many bright sparks extinguish themselves here. Do not become another. With that, the presence in your mind fades. The bone-white ship becomes translucent. It shimmers for a moment, then vanishes. It does not jump to hyperspace. It simply ceases to be there. You are alone again. Alone with the dead suns and shattered worlds. Alone with a warning from a race far older than your own. You record the encounter. You log the Gill, Thesh's words. Your mission protocol is clear. You are to observe and report. You turn your ship around. Its engines feel eager to leave this cold place. You head back toward the familiar glow of the Milky Way. Back towards the warmth of home. But you know the Gill. Thesh were wrong about one thing. Humanity would hear their warning, and we would see it as a challenge. The report from your scout ship spreads like wildfire. The message from the ancient Gill, Thesh, is analyzed. Their warning is broadcast on every human world. For a week, humanity is silent. We look up at our own bright stars. We contemplate the existence of a place so dead. A place where even the gods of physics seem to have fled. The elder races watch and wait. They assume humans will be sensible. They expect us to heed their advice. They do not know us very well. Debates rage across our councils and networks. The faction of caution argues for quarantine. They want to label Vela Mortis as forbidden space. They say we should respect the wisdom of our elders, that some mysteries are best left unsolved. They make a compelling case. They show the data, the null life readings. They speak of the empires that failed before us. But another voice rises to counter them, a voice born of defiance and relentless hope. It is the voice of pioneers and engineers. It is the voice of biologists and dreamers. They do not see a graveyard. They see fallow ground. They do not see an ending. They see the ultimate restoration project, a chance to prove that life is stronger than death. You are there when Chancellor Eva Rostova gives her speech. Her image is broadcast to trillions of souls. She stands before the United Council. Her voice does not tremble. It rings with a strength that unites a species. The Gill, Thesh, called us little sparks. She begins, her eyes scanning the assembly. They meant it kindly, a warning to a child. But they are right. We are sparks in a great darkness. And what is the purpose of a spark? Is it to hide from the cold? Is it to shrink from the void? Or is it to light a fire? A murmur runs through the crowd. Rostova continues, her voice rising with passion. They show us a cosmic tomb and tell us to flee. I show you the greatest challenge of our time. They say nothing can live there. Humans say, let's find out. They call it a graveyard. We will call it a construction site. The universe has given us a canvas of death. We will paint a masterpiece of life upon it. The speech ignites something in the human spirit, our stubbornness, our refusal to accept the inevitable, our insane belief that anything can be fixed. That day, the vote is nearly unanimous. The quarantine proposal is rejected. In its place, a new directive is born. It is the most audacious plan in human history. They call it the Genesis Mandate. The goal is not to conquer the nebula. It is not to mine its resources. It is to heal it, to reignite its dead suns, to reassemble its shattered worlds, to weave new atmospheres from cosmic dust, and to seed them with life, to turn the galaxy's greatest tomb into its most vibrant garden. The elder races are appalled. They see it as arrogance, an act of childish hubris. They send messages of protest. They warn of dire consequences. Humans politely thank them for their concern. Then we get to work. The first wave of ships are marvels of engineering. They are called pioneer vessels. Their mission is to establish a foothold. They carry advanced terraforming equipment. They are crewed by our best and brightest. Hope is high. The Genesis Mandate is in motion. You watch the live feeds from the command center. The fleet of 12 ships enters the nebula. Their lights are defiant sparks in the gloom. At first, everything proceeds as planned. The pioneers reach the first target system, a dead world orbiting a cold brown dwarf. The planet is designated Sepulchre, a fitting name. The ships establish orbit. Their shields seem to be holding against the strange radiation. The crews report normal conditions. A cheer goes up in the command center. Maybe the Gil, Thesh, were wrong. Maybe they were just too afraid to try. Then the first report comes in. Pioneer, 7 reports a minor systems glitch. The hydroponics bay is failing. The plants are wilting at an unnatural rate. The crew isn't worried. They assume it's an equipment malfunction. Then Pioneer, 4 reports the same problem. Then Pioneer, 11. Within an hour, every ship has lost its plant life. The vibrant green of their gardens has turned to gray, lifeless dust. A knot of dread tightens in your stomach. The mission commander on the flagship tries to reassure everyone. He says they will rely on synthetic food stores. The mission to terraform the planet will continue. They deploy the first atmospheric processors, great machines that descend to the planet's surface. Their job is to release a tailored mix of gases, to build a new sky from nothing. For 3 days, they work. You watch the data streams. The processors are pumping out oxygen and nitrogen, but the planetary sensors show nothing. The gas is not accumulating. It is simply vanishing, disappearing as soon as it leaves the machines. It is being unmade. Just as the Gil, Thesh, had warned. Then the truly terrifying reports begin. A panicked voice from Pioneer, 3. The metal on the hull, it's weeping. It's turning brittle. We have a hull breach in the engineering section. The transmission is cut off by a burst of static. The ship's icon on your screen turns from green to red. Then it winks out. Panic grips the fleet. The flagship commander orders an emergency retreat. But it is too late. The null field is intensifying. It is as if the nebula itself is waking up, resisting them. Pioneer, 9 reports catastrophic power failure. Pioneer, 2 reports that its crew is falling ill. Their bodies are breaking down on a cellular level. You listen in horror to the final transmissions. Garbled screams, the shriek of tearing metal. A final whispered message from the flagship commander. It was a mistake. We were too proud. Tell them. We are sorry. Then, silence. All 12 ships are gone, lost with all hands. 3,000 of humanity's finest souls vanished. The first effort is a crushing failure. The Genesis mandate seems dead before it truly began. The galaxy watches. The elder races shake their heads in sorrow. They told us so. Years of silence follow the disaster. The Vela Mortis Nebula is declared a memorial zone, a place of mourning for the lost pioneers. The Genesis mandate is officially suspended. The dream of turning a graveyard into a garden is over, or so it seems. Humanity mourns its dead, but it does not forget its ambitions. The failure is not an end. It is a data point, a very, very painful data point. In secret, on a remote moon far from watchful eyes, a project continues. It is codenamed Lazarus. Its goal is simple: to understand the null field, to find a way to survive it. You are part of this small, dedicated team. For years, you work in frustration. Every organism you expose to the simulated field dies instantly. Every material you test degrades. The problem seems unsolvable. Hope is running low. The project is facing budget cuts. You are told you have 1 week left, one last chance to find a breakthrough. Your team leader proposes a final, desperate experiment, a shot in the dark. Instead of complex organisms, you will use the simplest life forms imaginable. Microbes engineered for extreme survival. You load 100 different strains into the test chamber. Each is a masterpiece of genetic engineering. Some can survive in hard vacuum. Some can feed on pure radiation. Some can withstand the pressure of a gas giant's core. Surely one of them will last for a few seconds. The project leader gives you a wry smile. If this doesn't work, at least we can open a very depressing petting zoo. You activate the null field generator. The energy readings in the chamber plummet. You watch the biosensors on your monitor. 99 of them flatline in the same microsecond. 99 lights turn from green to red. It is an instantaneous extinction event. Failure again. You slump in your chair, defeated. But one light remains green. Just one. Sensor 173. You assume it is a glitch, a faulty sensor. You run a diagnostic. The sensor is working perfectly. You check the live microscanner, and you see it. A single tiny organism, a microbe of strain 173. It is not dying. It is active. It is tumbling and moving. It is alive. A hush falls over the lab. No one dares to breathe. 1 minute passes. The microbe is still alive. 5 minutes. The team is gathering around your console now. Whispers turn to excited murmurs. 10 minutes. Someone lets out a shaky laugh. The microbe is not just surviving. It seems to be thriving. It is reinforcing its cellular wall. It is adapting. 1 hour passes. The microbe is stronger than when it started. The team erupts. People are cheering, hugging, weeping with joy. It is a single cell. A life form so small you cannot see it with the naked eye. But it is the most important discovery in human history. It is the key, the secret to life in the great tomb. You have found something that can live in the null field. This small victory changes everything. The Genesis mandate is not dead. It was just waiting for a single, stubborn microbe. This tiny spark of life has just reignited the fire of a species. The graveyard is still there. But now you have a seed. The news of the Lazarus microbe electrifies humanity. The Genesis mandate is reborn. But this time, it is not with arrogance. It is with a new strategy. We will not fight the nebula's nature. We will work with it. We will use life to conquer death. The industrial heartlands of Mars and the outer colonies roar to life. A new fleet is being built. These are not the pioneer ships of the first attempt. They are something new entirely. They are called world seeds. You stand in a construction yard orbiting Jupiter. You gaze up at the flagship, the Yggdrasil. The scale is staggering. The ship is over 50 kilometers long. It is not a warship bristling with weapons. It is a mobile ecosystem, a cosmic ark. Its central core is a vast cryobank. It holds the genetic blueprints of 1 million Earth species. From the smallest insect to the largest whale, every plant, every animal, every fungus. The entire tree of life is stored in its databanks, ready to be reborn. The ship's great arms are not hangars for fighters. They are bioforges, vast automated labs that can tailor new life forms. And deep within its heart lies the most precious cargo. Trillions upon trillions of the Lazarus microbe. They are stored in huge nutrient tanks. They are the vanguard, the first wave of life that will tame the null field. The ship itself is partially alive. Its hull is infused with the microbe's DNA. It can slowly repair itself. It can adapt to the hostile environment. 10 of these world seed ships are built, each named after a mythological tree of life. The HFY, the Janmu, the Etz Chaim. They are humanity's promise to the universe. A fleet of cosmic gardeners. You are assigned to the bridge of the Yggdrasil. Your station overlooks the main viewport. You have a front row seat to the second Genesis. The day of the launch arrives. Millions of smaller ships form a flotilla around the world seeds. It is a grand farewell, a species holding its breath. Chancellor Rostova's voice echoes over the comms. She's older now, her hair streaked with gray, but her eyes still hold the same fire. The first mission failed because we tried to impose our will, she says. We tried to build with steel and fire. Today, we send a gentler force. We send life. We send patience. We do not go to conquer a graveyard. We go to plant a forest. Go now. Be our gardeners. Make the darkness bloom. The engines of the Yggdrasil ignite. A gentle, silent thrust. The great ship begins to move, followed by its 9 sisters. The fleet turns toward the distant purple stain of Vela Mortis. There is no bravado this time, no easy confidence. Everyone remembers the fate of the pioneers. But there is a quiet, determined resolve. The first attempt was a tragedy. This one is a pilgrimage. You are on your way back to the tomb, but this time you are bringing the seeds of resurrection. Your fleet travels for months. The journey back to Vela Mortis is somber. You pass the debris field of the Pioneer mission, the broken hulls of those first ships, a silent, floating memorial to lost friends. Your ship's sensors log the wreckage, a grim reminder of the stakes. This time must be different. You arrive at the edge of the nebula. The bruised, sullen colors welcome you back. The null field washes over your ship. Alarms flash for a moment, but then they stabilize. The bio-integrated hull is working. It adapts and holds firm. The Lazarus microbe within the ship's structure is doing its job. The first test is a success. A wave of relief washes over the crew. Your target is the same as before. The dead world of Sepulchre, orbiting its cold, dark sun. The world seed fleet takes up positions around the planet. Sepulchre is a frozen ball of rock and nitrogen ice. Its core is solid. Its magnetic field is long dead. It has no atmosphere. It is the perfect blank slate, the perfect place to begin. The first phase of the plan is not biological. It is geological. You cannot plant a garden on a dead stone. You must first give the world a heartbeat. The Yggdrasil's lower cargo bays open. Huge, cylindrical machines detach from the ship. They are called core resonators. They are the size of small moons. They look like immense tuning forks made of a dark, dense metal. 20 of these machines descend toward Sepulchre. They enter the thin, non-existent atmosphere. They use gravity drives to slow their descent. They land with surgical precision at specific points around the equator. Their landing struts anchor deep into the planet's crust. For a day, they are silent. They run diagnostics and sync with each other. The crew on the Yggdrasil jokes that the planet is getting a checkup. A very, very big checkup. Then, the command is given. Activate the resonators. A low hum emanates from the machines, a vibration that travels through the planet's crust. You can feel it even on the bridge of your ship. A subtle tremor through the deck plates. The hum grows deeper. It becomes a resonant frequency. The entire planet is beginning to vibrate like a struck bell. The resonators are focusing immense gravitational pulses. They are aimed at the planet's solid iron core. They are not trying to melt it with heat. They are trying to restart its spin with gravity, to liquefy it through sheer, relentless vibration. For hours, the hum continues. The energy readings are immense. The resonators are drawing power directly from the fabric of space-time. Then, you see it on the geological scanners. A flicker of activity deep in the planet's center. A small section of the core is beginning to liquefy. The resonance is working. The vibration liquefies more and more of the iron. A molten heart is forming inside the dead world. The planet groans. Great cracks appear in the surface ice. A new magnetic field flickers into existence. It is weak at first, a fragile shield, but it is there. Sepulchre has a pulse. The sleeping core is awake. You have brought warmth back to a world of endless ice. The first great step is complete.